How are you? I am good. I'm all the better for knowing that you're there watching me. Please join me as we will. Thinking this is a good one. So I'm thinking of doing a story time with you guys on how I got to the UK. Okay, that sounds interesting, yeah? So the whole process began back in 2018. I know. So it started back in 2018. So I had just completed campus, but by completing, I mean I had just finished the coursework, but I had not graduated. So when it came to 2019, my whole mind, like everything, my whole body was just thinking of leaving Kenya and going abroad. Okay? So honestly, 2019, everything that I did in 2019 was just applying for jobs. I applied for jobs in Canada. I applied to go and I actually applied to study in Canada. And then I applied for a job in Poland. Trust me, guys, I just wanted to leave the country. I even applied a job in Poland, I think in Bulgaria. And these people don't even speak English. Bulgarians speak, I think it's Russian. Poland, they speak Polish. So I don't know if God would have granted me that. I don't know how I would be surviving. But anyway, at that particular moment, my brain was just in, I need to leave. So I applied in Poland. I also applied in UK, but then I applied in England, a place called Leicestershire. So I was to just work as a supermarket attendant. So that's me, applying job all over, just everywhere. So what happened is 2019 just went by, and one thing about having your mind fixed on leaving the country, you're not even focused on doing something back at home. That is so true, and it happened to me. So 2019 passed by, and then if you remember correctly, end of 2019, beginning of 2020, we start hearing about Corona. So can you imagine, there's this job I applied in the UK, and then after Corona, and then in the UK, actually Brexit was also happening, so everything just crashed. So imagine having all your hopes on one thing, leaving the country, then everything just collapses. So what did I do? At that particular moment, I was working in a spa in Nakuru. I was in Nakuru, and in a spa, what you do is facials, massage, pedicures, and just other jobs. And then the interesting thing is massage is what was really paying. But then the other bad thing is when you go to do massage, you meet good clients and the other clients, not very good clients. So I, of course, just started doing massages, pedicures, facials, and that was during Corona period. That was in 2020, January, February, March, April. And then before, there was this time when the president told us that there will be a lockdown. And so we were told there'll be a lockdown. So myself, I thought, so do you want to continue being in Nakuru, doing these massages? Or do you just want to change everything? Because at this particular time, I have given hope on going abroad, yeah? So I then decided to take a leap of faith and head to Turkana. Guys, Turkana from Nakuru is 9 hours drive, okay? So that's me. So before the lockdown, I carried everything that belonged to me, and I was now moving to Turkana. What was I going to do in Turkana? I had applied for this internship, and I was just going to start from scratch internships. So when I got there, first and foremost, the sun is scorching hot. Iyo jua, ni kama iliteremshwa, inakuchoma. Yani jua ilinichoma, acha jua. Jua inakuchoma, lakini ni ile you thinking, hata hakuna kazi ingine, I'd just be here, there's no other option. So I stayed in Turkana, hiyo ni 2020 naenda, 2021 ndo huyo mimi. Sasa naanza settle in, naanza kujiambia, you need to focus, because there's something about going abroad. Once you're so fixated in going abroad, akili yako haiko settled. So nikakuja nikajiambia, hii abroad ni kama imekata. So you just make it when you're in Kenya, because I told myself you have to make it whether you're in Kenya or abroad. So what did I do? I just started like nikaenda tu job, my internship. Then I met this person who was starting a new company, and the company was to deal with paints. So what we were to do was mix car paints, whereby sasa we sell the paints to car owners, and then the car owners paint their cars. So that is another job that sasa I got when I was in Lodwar. So at least these are things that are keeping me moving. Alafu later I did the job 2021. Alafu somehow I also saw there was an advertisement in KCB, or rather they did not even advertise it. I just walked into KCB Bank. Alafu I told them that I was looking for a job. If at all they had anything they would like someone to do, and at that particular moment they were launching Lipa. There was this thing they were launching. I'll remember and just put it down in the comment, but it was something to do with Lipa na M-Pesa. Nice. Lipa na KCB. Good. Lipa na KCB. So what we were supposed to do, or rather what I was supposed to do, is walk from one stall to the other stall to talk to them about Lipa na KCB, give them the till number ya KCB. Alafu, of course, if someone does not have an account, market to them, get them to be account holders in the KCB. Sasa that is what I was doing. Kumbuka tuko wapi? Turkana. Kutembea jua ya Turkana asubuhi inawaka kama ya lunchtime. Ya lunchtime sasa jua imeshuka. Na inaenda, yani we are talking about 30, 32, sometimes it will even get to 40 degrees Celsius. So that's what we are talking about. Anyway, so I continued to do my two jobs, and seems like I was just getting, like God was trying to get me ready for what I would come and get abroad, because here you have to like have 2 jobs, 3 jobs. That's how we survive here. So now that's me doing 2 jobs, KCB as a marketer, and later I'll just go and do the paintings. Kumbuka 2018, 2019, I have like applied for jobs, but then I totally gave up. But then at this particular moment, 2021, there was this job I had applied for in the UK, and the process ilikuwa ishaenda hadi my visa, or rather not my visa, sorry, my passport ilikuwa nishapeleka lands where people wanapeleka passport, then later the visa sticker inakuwa sticked on your passport, alafu later you're asked to go and get it. So I think mid 2021 is when nikapeleka my passport in that 9 West. So mimi nikapeleka huko tena, roho ya kukuja majuu ikaanza kurudi, like wow, naweza enda. Wacha nikwambie, those guys stayed with my passport. I'm telling you, ilikaa huko 8 months. So nimepeleka hapo around October 2021. No. Actually I think nilipeleka July. Wakaka nayo hadi I totally forgot. And I remember there was this time I was so, ile tu you're so disappointed, because when you go there wanakuambia, no, we don't have it. Like after the customer service hapo, you feel like, then you guys, you should just give me my passport, you know. But anyway, so I gave them my passport and forgot about it. So I'm just continuing up Turkana, ni kazi kuchapa job, nini, unachoma na jua, once in a while unaenda Nairobi, unaenda Nakuru, nini, hiyo tu. Alafu saa zingine unaenda unafanya IELTS. So we will talk about that later, you know, like the English exam you're supposed to do before coming here. So this particular time, our grandfather, but when I say grandfather, this was our father to my cousin. So you know, back home you're related that way, so we just call him like a grandfather. So he passed on. So nikaomba ruhusa KCB, nikawambia wacha niende burial, I'll come back after maybe 1 week, which they agreed, and also asked for permission on the other place. So mi kuenda, the day sasa I'm supposed to be going back to work, I get an email telling me to go and pick my passport. Okay? And I'm skipping something. So before going to get my passport, since I was like trying to focus myself, I decided to like get a loan with the bank, KCB, so that I could like start a business, kwa sababu life was hard. Like it was just hectic. Alafu, it was just hard. Just some. Anyway, so somehow nilipatanga hiyo loan. So when I'm going to get my passport, nile nachanganyikiwa, like Sasa leo ndo ameamua kuni like to get back to me. But anyway, I went. But at the back of my mind, I'm like, kwanza venye they stayed with my passport, this is definitely negative news. Okay? So, on going to get my passport, yes. Kwanza, I remember I asked that guy who was like giving it to me, I asked him, do you know what is in the passport? And he was like, no, we are not allowed to open. And I was like, okay, all right. So myself, I was just like ready for any news. Then when I opened it, what did it say? A sticker of UK, because what is normally put there is a sticker of UK, and then of course with what you're going to do. Sema, this was actually more of confusion than joy, because you're thinking, what do? I am going to the UK. And then the crazy part of it is, this whole time, no one was in a hurry. No one was even talking about it. Nothing like what was going on. But then the moment I have the visa sticker in my passport, then the employer anaanza kuniambia, you need to be here in 1 week's time. And I'm like, you guys were not in a hurry. Saizi ndo mmepata haraka. Anyway, so what does that mean? Sasa ni kuhangaika ile ya uanze kutoa vitu Turkana uzipeleke Nakuru, you start packing, you need to like tell your boss, I now need to leave work because there's an opportunity nimepata. Anyway, everything went on well. Nikamaliza. Then on the 26th of April, I traveled. And I traveled and came to the UK, and there's just a whole lot of stories upon like just from me leaving Kenya and getting to the UK. But that is just briefly the whole story of just the process. But then I will go into details on how you're supposed to like apply for the jobs, how you even get the potential employers in my other video. And please share, subscribe, and just leave a comment if you want me to tackle any issue. Okay? Thank you so much for joining me, and bye!